fellow fans, to United We Fan Plus, episode 2. I'm Mark, and with me is the bravest man of them all, Bryan.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
Woo! Hi, everybody. This is episode 2 of United We Fan Plus.
Hey,
We've
Katie.
missed you all. Hey. Yay. Thanks for watching.
Yes,
Appreciate it. Oh. Yeah.
oh, boy.
I watched Mighty Ducks more than I thought I would, and we're going to get to that. And Winter Soldier, so I got fired up a lot during that. But anyways, thanks for joining us here at United We Fan Plus. Bryan and I yesterday actually finished recording this week's episode of United We Fan. It's going to be about the Zack Snyder, I can't even talk already. Zack Snyder Justice League. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Bryan, I got him to open up about the DC universe, and you know, I'm proud of you, Bryan. Thank you for indulging me in a Broadway episode and a Zack Snyder episode somewhat. So
Hey,
thank you.
I was nice. I was fairly polite. Like, I didn't necessarily hold back criticism. The movie was better than it had any right to be. So
Yeah. So check that out this week. We're putting on the final touches of it. And if you like seeing our happy faces and want to hear more from us, tune in to Weirdo Wednesday. Bryan, what should they expect this week on Weirdo Wednesday?
Earth's Mightiest Weirdos is going to be on Wednesday, both this week and next week. And we appreciate everybody following along with us. And we'll go from there. But Earth's Mightiest Weirdos, we're going to be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2. We might touch just on that a little bit tonight, but we'll be pretty light with our spoilery thoughts tonight. But tune in on Wednesday night at 8:30 for Weirdo Wednesday, Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. Also podcast now, so you can find it anywhere you find your podcast.
Yep. Great stuff, definitely. We welcome the live comments, live questions. Bryan always has a good theory. It's not always Mephisto. Or wait, that was the third thing we were debating about yesterday, wasn't it? Mephisto? Man, running joke Bryan and I had recording our episode yesterday was who was pronouncing these titles correctly.
I really want to know who the Facebook user is that loves Jared Leto. They're going to hate our episode. At least my thoughts on our episode.
I actually thought his scene at the end redeemed him a little bit. So one of the words that Bryan and I didn't know who was pronouncing it right was a movie about someone. And it's either a biopic or a biopic. And then I said biopic, but then as I thought about it more and more, I was like, that sounds like a surgery biopic. I'm going in for a biopic. Or am I watching a biopic? So feel free to let us know if you say biopic or biopic. And then biopic. Yeah, there goes Mark. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this one, and I don't mind. I'm glad. I think biopic sounds better. The other one was the actor that plays Superman in the new Superman. So I said Henry Cavill, right? No, you said Henry.
No.
You said Henry?
I said Henry Cavill. You said Henry Cavill.
Yes. So is it Cavill or Cavill? And I'm probably going to go for 0 for 2 because Cavill.
Mark says Cavill, like Cruella's like adopted son, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I already know I'm going to go probably 0 for 2 against Bryan. That man always has theories and does his homework. So,
hey Bryan, how are you?
Hey Bryan. So, but anyways, have fun to.
So, Facebook user, there is going to be a link in the comments for StreamYard. Go to StreamYard and allow them to give them permission to see your name, so we know who we're talking to, because we found somebody who really likes Jared Leto.
Yeah, we did. I thought the scene at the end there. I know it's not Disney Plus, but I thought the scene improved his Joker.
Nah, it's okay. But Weirdo Wednesday.
I do like 30 Seconds of Mars too. Yes.
That's fair.
That's fair. I do like that one. So, Bryan, where should we start?
Let's start with what's been passed. Unless you want me to go through what's coming up on Disney Plus, that might be a little bit faster for sure.
Yeah, I know we had some exciting announcements, so let's start there with some excitement.
So every Friday in April, we're going to have Falcon and Winter Soldier content. So the first 4 Fridays of April, starting this Friday, April 3rd, will be, and in episodes 3 through 6. That'll run through April 23rd of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then on Friday, April 30th, we're going to get Marvel Studios assembled for Falcon and Winter Soldier. So the making of the series, just like we had. And I'm interested to see all the different travel stuff and all that was played off by coronavirus. But that poster is fantastic. I love that poster. I love Bucky so much. Like, this past week he's just so great. So all through April, we're going to have a new episode every Friday for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Also coming this Friday. How you doing, James? Thanks for joining us. This coming Friday, Night at the Museum is going to hit Disney Plus. Now, it's not necessarily a Disney movie. It is now. But Mark, did you like Night at the Museum? Are those movies of any interest to you?
I liked them a lot. I definitely think by the third one, they knew, like, we're done after this. So the first one's a lot of fun. Robin Williams is always, Robin Williams, he's great. Hank Azaria, I thought he was hilarious in those movies. So I'm curious to see where it goes.
Mark's getting on our DC talk, but I mean,
look,
he said he was okay with it, but
if you want to hear more about Zack Snyder, I did my homework on that. I watched Zack Snyder Cut, then I watched Justice is Gray, and then I watched.
So stupid.
You can hear our thoughts on that, and then I watched the OG Justice League one. So I watched all three. I did my homework. Heath Ledger, the best Joker, man. Mark Hamill is just so good. Like live action, I can't argue with that, but overall, Mark Hamill so good as the Joker.
I'm partial to Heath Ledger as well, but Night at the Museum and everything happening there is coming this coming Friday. We're getting a lot of older Star Wars material as well, stuff that I never thought we would see, like the Ewoks cartoon and stuff like that. That's all hitting Disney Plus next month. And then the other big high profile thing is Uncle Jesse John Stamos starring in Big Shot, which premieres on the 16th of April. And that is, it looks exactly like, take Rick Pitino, if anybody knows who Rick Pitino is, and he screwed up and now he has to go coach a private high school girls basketball team to kind of make his way back and kind of become a better person as a basketball coach. That's the premise of the show. Again, with Mighty Ducks Game Changers, I don't have a ton of expectations, but I like John Stamos. I don't necessarily trust all of his decisions, but I like it.
He will always, Uncle Jesse, two stories with Uncle Jesse. One, on the WB tour, I remember seeing him come out of the Fuller House soundstage, and because it's filmed in the Friends soundstage, he put a sign over it. So there's a huge plaque that says the Friends soundstage, and he put a sign over it saying the Full House soundstage. That was pretty funny. He also waved at all of us, so very nice. And then the other one, saw the Beach Boys live in concert at Universal, and Uncle Jesse did his Uncle Jesse song, and he played the drums. So good for him.
Jesse and the Rippers.
Jesse and the Rippers. Like their cute little romance song. It even had the heart graphic. So good on Universal for having the Full House graphics and everything.
I think I need to see Uncle Jesse just take a dive in the Seas Aquarium at Epcot, because there was a whole episode built around that. He was too afraid to swim with the sharks at the Seas Pavilion in Epcot.
I feel like we needed at some point do shows that were filmed at Disney, because I still remember the Boy Meets World one, which was by the fountain that's no longer there at Epcot. Family Matters, they went on Tower of Terror. I remember that one. Yeah, Mark, right there. Yeah. So, and then
I just remember when Steve from Full House was mistaken for Aladdin, because that was a super meta joke, because that guy was the voice of Aladdin. That was amazing. Yeah, that didn't even go over like 7-year-old Bryan's head. That one was easy to catch on.
But you mentioned the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, that's how I felt when I heard about the show. Why? So, but then I watched it, and I think I originally had a plan to just kind of be on while I did stuff. I ended up locked in right away. I watched the whole episode. I've watched it multiple times already. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It really made me, one, Bryan, I know you have one. I really wanted to buy a Mighty Ducks jersey after it, like the original, the first film, the green one.
The green
And
one.
then I wanted to buy one after watching it. And he did. That's right. And then I really want to marathon those movies now. So, but I liked it. Game Changers. It was really good. I loved Gordon Bombay in it. I related. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a scene involving him and Cake that I related to. I definitely related to him.
Wreck-It Ralph, hard on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, just like Gordon Bombay.
Yeah.
I liked it. No, I agree. I liked the show. It was kind of par for the course for what I expected, but Lauren Graham is really good. I think she's a good actress. She plays a good mom who's really trying to do it all for her kid, and I mean, it is a look into what sports has become now, where you brought a pediatric psychologist to your kid's hockey practice. Like, it's really funny. It's what my kids are up against because I don't have the kind of money to actually make them good at sports.
Jeez. Yep. Lauren Graham is in it. She left, what was it? Zoe's Playlist. And
did she leave Zoe's Playlist? I didn't know she left that show.
Well, I think like it's still open for her to return, but she's not a regular on it. And, she'll always be a Gilmore Girl.
Yeah. So. I'm only through season 1 of Zoe's. I haven't watched season 2 yet. So good. But yeah, Mighty Ducks was good. I definitely hope we see more of the Hawks. I hope it wasn't just a flash. Like, they were a big part. So, but I'm gonna call it now though. They end up playing in the championship, probably on some kind of technicality, and then they lose, but they learn a very valuable life lesson. The Ducks don't lose. Have you ever seen one of those movies? You're really going off the beaten path here.
I'm calling it now. I have a theory, as Bryan would say. That didn't work, but whatever. Yeah.
I mean, the Ducks. Did you say the Ducks are going to lose, or the Don't Bother?
Sorry.
I hate that team name.
The Don't Bother.
There we go. I hate that team name.
I know. I hope that doesn't stick. Sorry. Let me take two. The Don't Bothers are going to get into the championship on a technicality where they'll lose, but learn a valuable life lesson.
You're really changing the script on this team. So the Ducks are still probably going to win. So maybe it's not changing the script.
So yeah, we both win then. So you get your Ducks to win. I get a valuable life lesson from the Don't Bothers.
Hey, it's not worth winning. Right. It's not worth winning if you can't win big.
You're right. I have a theory.
Sorry. No, it was a good show. I think they did a good job. I love the new Goldberg, that he's like the fastest reflexes in the world. So I'm really interested in where they're going to go with the goalie. The girl with the glasses seems like she's going to have some fun moments. And the podcasting nerd, who podcasts? I mean, come on.
I love the podcast kid. If he's out there watching and he would like to be a guest host on our show, I would be happy to have him. He's just great.
The name of his podcast was called The Wraparound. I searched for The Wraparound on Apple Podcasts, and it was some girls that do some podcasts in the middle of Canada. So they are going to get a lot more listeners this week. So good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. So I liked him. And then the pretty boy on the team.
The kid that can't skate.
There's a running joke with him that every time he pops up on screen, he does a slow motion hair toss, and I loved every hair toss. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Katie, thank you. Podcast Kid was awesome. I think he's our show's spirit animal. So, but yeah, check out Game Changers. It made me want to go ice skating. Bryan, do you ice skate?
Yeah, I used to play hockey. Even in college, I played in a competitive rec league at school. I wasn't good by any means, but I led the team in goals.
Well, Bryan,
I can't get over skating backwards. Like my mind, I can't mentally do that.
Are you an Avalanche fan, Bryan?
Of course I am. Go Avs, go.
There it goes. Yeah. Okay. So, any Avalanche fans out there? Probably not. Maybe
they're gonna win. They're gonna win the cup, baby.
Okay. Bryan has a theory. So, but yeah, check out Game Changers. You won't be disappointed. Gordon Bombay, I dig his character so far. I want to know how he ended up not liking kids, not liking hockey. And I know at the end of the third one, he seemed like he was doing all right, maybe still being a lawyer, but somehow he's running an ice rink. So, I'm curious to see how he ended up there. I hope we get a story to that.
We'd have to. We have to.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, let's talk about Raya and the Last Dragon. Or did you have more Mighty Duck stuff? I'm sorry.
No. Katie just said about ice skating. I love ice skating. I know we're in Florida, but I love it.
Mark, did you see Raya and the Last Dragon?
Oh, what an epic photo. So pretty.
That's a cool picture.
I haven't didn't do the premiere access. I'm probably going to go catch it. Maybe I'll go catch it this week. I'll treat myself. Go see it in theaters. We talked about it yesterday or the other day. Black Widow will be so far my first one that I purchased and go see it in theaters. But Raya and the Last Dragon, it's there. It just hasn't worked out schedule wise. But I'll probably go see it this week so that I can get that checked off.
For me, it was a good buy. My kids have watched it many times already, so we're getting money's worth out of that. A lot more than we did Mulan. Mulan was kind of a one watch and never came back to it kind of deal. But we're going to talk about the Black Widow stuff here in just a minute. But I caught Raya on its opening weekend. We shared on our last episode of UWF Plus of a friend that I had known that had seen it early that didn't care for it. I came out of it with a similar mentality. The animation, the scenes were very, very short. And the transitions didn't always make a ton of sense. There was definitely two different stories being told throughout the film. But overall, the animation is just gorgeous. You can see it in that picture that Mark had up just a second ago, but it's pretty, man. Kelly Marie Tran did a good job as Raya. The sword is a really neat weapon. Some of the story is pretty predictable, but I mean, it's a kid's film. So overall, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10 Dragon Hearts. What? The whole movie is about Dragon Hearts.
Oh, is it? I see. No idea.
Yeah, well.
Well, I'll go see it. All right. That way I get some street credit back.
You don't have street credit because you haven't seen Raya?
I know. Look, the streets have gotten real rough lately. So I know Soul is getting a whole lot of award attention. I've seen that. I wish I could see that in theaters because I think that movie is beautiful, and on the big screen it would be beautiful. So I think Soul is getting the right amount of attention. Raya, I feel like it got a lot of positive when it came out, but I don't really hear about it anymore. Poor Mulan, Mulan did not age well. It never really started off well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious what Disney's doing. Like, I know what they did with Soul on Christmas Day was kind of a gift from Disney to subscribers to give you Soul on Christmas Day. But they're doing the same thing with Luca this summer. Like, it's going on June 18th. It's being pulled from theaters and it's going straight to Disney Plus. No premiere access, no nothing. Cruella is going premiere access at the end of May. Doing what they did with Raya. It's going to be in theaters and on premiere access. I've shared with you many times. I'm not interested in Cruella at all. That'll be the first premiere access I don't purchase. I'm just not interested in it. And I mean, but it is what it is. I think that movie's going to perform pretty well.
What a good poster.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if all goes according to plan and vaccinations are available to all age groups starting May 1st, you'll have a lot of people fully vaccinated by Memorial Day weekend when Cruella comes out. And I think you just might have people willing to go out and check it out. So I think it'll perform fairly well. I'm interested. I don't know. I'm not buying that one on premiere access though.
Sebastian, I'm with you. Emma Stone is in my top celebrity crushes. I think
congratulations to her, by the way. She just had a baby this week.
I know. Big congrats. Gwen Stacy, my favorite Spider-Man love interest, So I'm happy that she got to play Gwen Stacy. I'm sad that storyline, I feel like it might be the only. Feel like it might. Well, nah, whatever. I feel like we've moved on from Gwen Stacy in a live action, so we still get more of her in Spider-Verse 2. Excited for that. So, but yeah,
Hey,
Emma
Ethan.
Stone. Hey, then Emma Stone. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see her take on it. That is nothing like Harley Quinn to all of you people out there who keep saying that. So, but yeah, Emma Stone. Gwen Stacy, La La Land, Easy A. Oh, Bryan, I feel like you would like Easy A.
Oh, I love Easy A. I love
Okay.
Emma Stone. Like I
Yeah.
love Emma Stone, but just this new movie, it's more being burned by Disney live action remakes than anything. Like that's really what it is.
So yeah, Emma Stone. I'll watch Cruella. I won't pay for it, the premium access. I'll go see that on like a discount Tuesday at AMC, and watch it that way. Black Widow, like I said, I'll be double dipping and doing theater and at home.
I'll go to the theater for Black Widow, but just twice instead of my normal 5 or 6 times for a Marvel film. But I'm gonna double dip as well. But Black Widow, that's be the last thing we'll talk about with Disney Plus future is Black Widow got moved to July 9th, doing the theater and digital release. I will absolutely drop $30 on Black Widow to watch it that weekend many times. I'll go to hopefully opening night as well. July 9th, Shang-Chi was originally on July 9th. And it got moved to September 3rd. But now we are definitely seeing Black Widow July 9th, and that's the first time we can actually say that with confidence.
I'm happy they're doing the at-home release. I'll always be someone who loves the theater experience, but I get it with the current times. I'm good with them releasing it in theaters. I'm thanking them for giving it, or sorry, I'm glad they're releasing it in theaters and at home. So that way, if you feel comfortable and want to go out, you can watch it in theaters, which I'm going to. I'm excited for it. But I'm excited that we're just getting to see it. It's been a long time coming, and I know it's going to be great stuff.
Yep.
It's always so great. So for everyone who's
That
a fan
random.
of our podcast, I know. For everyone who's a fan of our podcast, I like to try to trip up Bryan a little bit to do random Rushmores. Our one that's coming up on this podcast, I think, is very spicy. So I'm hoping Bryan likes it. But this one, I'm going to go with, we're here, we're Disney, let's do it. Bryan, Mount Rushmore, your Disney theme park quick service.
Disney theme park quick service. Is it called Nine Dragons in China? I think that's the table service, but the one next to that.
Lotus. Lotus. Oh man, no, it's not Lotus.
That one's great.
Isn't? Yeah, that one there. That's yummy.
I mean, you got to go Cosmic Rays when Cosmic Ray is playing on the piano there. It's the busiest restaurant in the world, apparently. I like Cosmic Ray. Casey's Corner, like the worst COVID casualty so far has been Casey's Corner and their corn dog nuggets.
Sebastian.
Yeah. So I'll stick with Cosmic Rays, Casey's Corner, and Flame Tree Barbecue in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Satuli Canteen, Pandora. I also like Docking Bay 7.
There's
Tree.
Not a lot there that I like to eat. I know that'll surprise you with my limited palate.
No, it took a little bit to grow on me as well. So I'm not surprised there. So Flame Tree is definitely on there. Man, I have to go Sunshine Seasons over at Epcot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They have a tuna poke bowl there. It's so good there. I just like their options, especially the little dessert area. So yeah, I think those are going to be my 4. So there's your random Rushmore. Let's see that beautiful graphic again. So happy.
I love that.
I know. I hope you all enjoy that as much as we do. If not, I'm sorry. But Bryan and I, one of the highlights of this show is that graphic. So
yeah, we got a couple of Pecos Bills in the comments. We got a couple of other good ones that we left off of there. But Sunshine Seasons, that's a great call by you. I like that one.
I like that one. I almost said the fish and chips corner over in the UK pavilion.
My wife would kill me if I didn't list that. So thank you.
Oh yeah, but Hollywood Studios, nothing really grabs me there.
I like Backlot.
So, I mean, I know I said Docking
else.
Bay, but yeah, that's just it. I know I said Docking Bay, but yeah. Originally, I was going to do Mount Rushmore of theme park quick services, so you could have done that place where the light doesn't touch and Disney, but I kept it just Disney.
The Baxter Building would have qualified. I love eating at the Baxter Building.
Yeah, that might have.
I did a superhero character meal there for my birthday, for my 30th birthday. I felt like a 5-year-old, and it was the greatest thing.
I really regret not doing the character dining experience there at that one place before COVID kind of stopped that. Man, I would have, when Captain and Spider-Man came around, I would have been a kid in a candy store.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was a fun Rushmore. I like that one.
Well, if you're going to get on my case about a few things in the Disney parks, I think it's time for you to give your hot take to these people. These are the Disney people, dude, and they are not going to be thrilled with you, I think.
I'll do it. I got it. Okay.
I know. So, Dwayne's in the comments. Dwayne's not going to be happy.
Look at that graphic. I am lit, as the kids say. So recent poll, our friends, This Is Life, did it to where we were finding out everyone's favorite Walt Disney World attraction. Not only do I not agree with the winner, Bryan, what was the winner?
Expedition Everest was the rightful winner.
Not only do I not agree with that as the winner, it is not even a top 5 attraction, and I had to actually think on it if I'd put in the top 10. Now, if it still had a full working Betty, oh my God, yes, absolutely, top 3. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not, it is what it is, why they can't have the full Betty, and for everyone who doesn't know, that's the nickname for the Yeti is Betty the Yeti. So, but for me, Everest, it's not top 5. It's not even the best coaster on Disney property. So, yeah, there's my hot take.
I very much disagree. Thank you, Alicia. It is the best attraction at Walt Disney World, except for Rise of the Resistance, which plays on an unfair playing field.
You can't say that. You have to say, you're right. It's not the best attraction, but it's number 2. So say it that way, Bryan.
December 4th, 2019 and before, it is the best attraction. And then Rise of the Resistance opened. I understand why Rise of the Resistance didn't win. A lot of people didn't get to haven't had a chance to get on it. I'm over here now. A lot of people haven't had a chance to be on Rise of the Resistance. And the boarding groups, it's a hot topic with some people, including our buddy Mark. He hates that. But my hot take, we're going to stay in the Disney parks. We're going to go with your favorite roller coaster. Well, I mean, you said Everest isn't the best roller coaster, so you have to mean Rock and Roller Coaster, I would assume, correct?
No, Barnstormer.
Okay. I'm just kidding. So Rock and Roller Coaster, I am ready to remove Aerosmith from Rock and Roller Coaster. I'm not a gigantic Aerosmith fan. I mean, I do like Armageddon. I like Dude Looks Like a Lady and Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, I'm fine with Aerosmith. My kids don't know who Aerosmith is, never will. I'm done with Aerosmith. So let's move on from them. I don't want like One Direction or BTS or anything like that. Like Mark, you would take Taylor Swift. I don't want that either. You talked me into George Strait. So I would be fine with George Strait taking over, but in reality, somebody like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or even Jesse and the Rippers might be the right decision.
I mean, if I had it my way, I would love Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. You know what? Yeah, each limit alternates, Backstreet and NSYNC. And But I think if you had to grab the modern day crowd, I feel like T Swift is probably the biggest. Oh man, I've seen like rumors out there or people like hoping
Katie
they turn
said
it into a power line. Yeah, that
Powerline would be awesome. I'm all for that, dude.
I'm there. Goofy movie is one of the most underrated animated movies of all time. So bring back Powerline. That's
You're
up there
talking
too.
underrated animated movies, so
Yeah, that's up there.
Little
So
Nas X.
yeah. Oh my
Creed.
God, Creed, the Nickelback roller coaster. Oh, Bryan and I did bring up the Piano Rob experience for Rock and Roller Coaster. So we gave it like the slogan of "He has a voice of an angel, the fingers of a god. Come ride Piano Rob, the roller coaster."
Spirit
So,
fingers.
so yeah, I do love Aerosmith when Back in the Saddle helps you take off. I love that experience. But yeah,
But
I
isn't
know.
the song the same for every attraction now? Like, I think I get the same song every time I ride Rock and Roller Coaster now. Am I wrong there?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to go to studios in a long time. So
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Oh
but
man, I hope not.
we are getting a few hate in the comments, but I stand by no more Aerosmith. But Expedition Everest, stay just
Look,
where it's at.
imagine a Nickelback roller coaster, and then right at the exit you have Photograph. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. Like right there at the Photograph.
My wife and I's second date ever was to a Nickelback concert featuring 3 Days Grace, Paul Wall, and Hinder. And Nickelback was the headliner. And I got a poster signed. I got a poster signed by Nickelback that night. I think that thing probably went from a valuation of like $5 to maybe even $6 now.
Wait, whose idea was that date?
What was mine? Like we went with like seriously like 20 of my high school friends. So
Oh man,
this was
Hinder. Wow.
the
Bringing
problem is
there.
our first our first date, I took her to see Rascal Flatts, and then our second date, I took her to another concert. So I set the bar kind of high to now my wife and I never leave the house. So sorry, honey.
Yeah. Oh man, Hinder. What is it? What
Lips of an Angel.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, not Arms of an Angel. That's a good Lord. That's a totally different song.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Aerosmith, I love them, but oh man, Studio C will be so weird without them.
I mean, I'm not getting my way. Rascal Flatts, no thank you, because then all anybody would ever play is Life is a Highway, and I'm quite over that song.
Yeah, no. Oh, My Chemical Romance could be interesting. You know, Black Parade, you hear that first opening note there right as you pull up to the launch. So
yeah, I don't know. I would you threw out on our show Jonas Brothers. That seems to make the most sense from a Disney standpoint. I mean, I couldn't pick Jonas Brothers song out. Like, I know the dude from Jumanji, and I know one of them's married to Sansa Stark, but that's really all I know.
That's all you got. So yeah, Jonas Brothers will be fun. Their new album, I think you should check it out. It's a fun time. So winter is coming to ride. Is that the Everest experience? And oh wow, there's a hot take.
Taylor Swift, it was in the new Cats, and it was really good. Wow, Esther. We might need to have Esther on to expand on that.
To quote Mark, I don't hate it. I didn't hate the Cats movie. I know a lot of people like trashed it. I guess I just went in there with a different way of thinking of, I'm going to have fun with this movie. Is it a great movie? No, I think it definitely pointed out the flaws to the Cats musical, but I didn't hate it.
Didn't Cats also win your most overrated Broadway play? Doesn't seem to be getting a lot of love right now.
So I did a poll on my Facebook where I asked what everyone thought the most overrated Broadway musical was. And oh man, poor Mark from this. Yep. There he is. The finals came down to Cats, Grease, and Dear Evan Hansen. That is why Mark is not very happy, because Dear Evan Hansen, he feels, should not have been in it. I feel it didn't need to be in the finals either. but I think Grease should have won, and it actually came in third. So, but then again, I'm a guy who I love Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, and a lot of people like judge me on that. So take my theater opinions with whatever you want. But yeah, Cats ended up winning with Dear Evan Hansen.
You can listen to my theater opinions. My theater opinions are fire. All three of them.
Book of Mormon, Wicked, and Aladdin. Yep. Right?
Yeah. You got it.
Rank them, Brian.
Wicked, I haven't seen for like 15 years. So I'll put that third, I suppose. Aladdin is the only one I saw twice, so I'll put Aladdin first, and Book of Mormon was freaking hilarious, so I'll put that second.
So Wicked is no longer popular with you, and with Aladdin,
I don't get that reference.
You had a friend in me when you said that one.
I do understand.
And then with Book of Mormon, I believe that's a good show.
Mark, random Rush. Mark, your 4 favorite Broadway plays.
Now, remember, these are my personal favorites.
Okay, this is a caveat.
I have to. Personal favorites, not saying these are the best. It's just the shows that I had fun with, connected with, love the cast albums. Okay. Like I mentioned, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. I enjoy the album from Bono and the Edge. I read a book about the making of it. It's a great book. And I even know about the 2 versions. There's a backstage episode on YouTube about it. It's a great watch. So watch it. Anyways, I'm getting on a rant. But anyways, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, Phantom of the Opera. I remember I've seen that so many times, and I love Phantom of the Opera. So that's going to be up there. The Producers, I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan. I love The Producers. And then for number 4, Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. So I saw that twice while I was in New York, fell in love with it, got the pleasure of seeing it. And Alex Brightman as Beetlejuice is one of the best performances I've ever seen on a stage. So yeah, there's my Rushmore of Broadway.
I will rank.
Old Scratch. I have to ask, what plays before that happens? Is it the Rushmore?
Rocket Man.
Oh, Rocket Man. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
To the Chief?
He was.
Where did we just go on this show? We're going to the Dis Life Red Room soon. I feel like. Oh, Rocket Man. Okay. Woo! Woo chow.
Oh man, that's funny.
Brian, you want to save us? Anyways, that's my Mount Rushmore of Broadway shows: Beetlejuice, Producers, Phantom, and Spider-Man. Phil Spitterman.
I've been to the Nutcracker, so maybe I've got 4. I will go with my Rushmore is Wicked, The Book of Mormon, Aladdin with my daughter, and Aladdin with my wife.
Oh, Alex Baldwin. Okay, never mind. For the movie. Gotcha. My bad. So, yeah. Beetlejuice, when it tours, please go see it. It's great. The cast album, it was the most streamed cast album in 2019, I think it was. So that just says how great the album is.
I'll take your word for it. I have listened to it, though. We talked about Beetlejuice on our Broadway episode, so I did listen to the album.
Yeah, check out our Broadway episode. We talked about Beetlejuice, Aladdin, and Phantom. Or you can check out Mark and I talking some Broadway as well, where I gave some hot takes about The Lion King.
There you go.
Yeah. Broadway.
Well, Mark, do you have anything else?
Man, I guess I'm glad I'm not seeing the hot takes on my Everest hot take.
People are just too dumbfounded.
Everest is a wonderful coaster. It's just not top 5 Walt Disney World. I don't know. Yeah.
I strongly disagree. I love that attraction. I haven't been on it in a long, long time. But if you want to hear more about that, let us know about biopic and biopic. Our episode this week will be out Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's almost done being edited. And it is a Piano Rob heavy episode. Let's just put it that way. We were very, very nice to Piano Rob this week. A Piano Rob version of Rock and Roller Coaster is where it's at. That would be awesome. So
we really did have a man crush episode on Piano Rob. Mark, you also got a lot of love out there, Mark from This Is Life. So yeah, when the moment's right, it's fine. Just go with it.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you in about a month. Like Bryan said, listen to us in a couple of days on on United We Fan the podcast. Reach out to us on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you all. If it's about Everest, I'll try to respond to them. So
and Earth's Mightiest Weirdos Wednesday night and the following Wednesday night, and then hopefully my schedule is set in stone and we will have a completely set night for the rest of the time.
Bryan, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier already your favorite? Oh, hey, Justin. Justin did our intro song. He wrote it, fun fact, between, 2 states while he was on a train ride. So thank you for that great intro. Awesome. But, yeah, Bryan, is Falcon and Winter Soldier your favorite comic book series of all time?
Comic book series, it's getting there. I still am partial to WandaVision. I was very invested in WandaVision. I loved it. I'm curious where Falcon and Winter Soldier's going to go. They're off to a really, really, really good start.
Yep. I still think Daredevil is my number 1, but that's just because we haven't watched all of Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. So, yeah, Daredevil on Netflix is still my number 1.
I need the MCU tie-in.
Man, I won't say no to Matt Murdock defending Peter Parker. So
it might happen.
Check out Justin. He's got several new albums out on Bandcamp. A lot of great fun stuff. Each album tells a wonderful story. It is a story album, different sounds for different moods. So check him out. And if anyone needs a really great intro, like I said, he did our intro. Check him out. Composer
Sebastian
Justin.
agrees with you on Daredevil. So
I love season 1. Season 3 was great. Season 2, they divided it amongst Elektra and Punisher, and it kind of took away from Daredevil. But overall, I love the Netflix series. So like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones was good. Iron Fist, season 2 was better than season 1. But anyways, we're almost out of time. Bryan, it was a pleasure uniting with you tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to check us out live. We always appreciate it. So
thank you, everybody. We appreciate it.
And Mark, we, of course, appreciate you behind the scenes, the man behind the curtain.
All right, Mark.